Alrighty, morning everyone, and welcome back to another beautiful video on this beautiful channel on another beautiful day. In today's video, I'm going to talk with you about the fact that the price of silver is going to double. And I can guarantee you that. We are first of all going to go through some points that are maybe going to cause the silver price to double, and then I'm going to give you one that is absolutely guaranteed to double it over time. But we'll talk about that today, and I think it's going to be very, very interesting. I hope. At least it's going to be interesting for me because I'm the one talking about it. Maybe it's not going to be interesting for you, but oh well. I guess that's what the rating thing is for, right? Yeah. So yeah, let's get right into it. We're going to talk about the coins that I brought to you for you today here, and then we're going to go right into the main topic. So we're going to start with this beautiful 1 ounce silver coin. This is the 1 ounce Una and the Lion coin. From the year 2021. Really beautiful coin. Unfortunately, this one does not come in this capsule. It comes in one of these little coin baggy things, and it did get milk spots because of that, which is a bit sad, but you know. So I wouldn't buy this again, but it's still a nice coin, and I'm kind of happy that I have it. Next one is this beautiful coin, and this is a 1 ounce Fraser's Dolphin in silver. And this is a coin from the Royal Australian Mint. Really beautiful coin, and I have had very good experiences with these in the past, and I didn't really have any problems with milk spots. Some people say they did, but mine always were totally fine, so that's very nice. Another coin from the Perth Mint is this 1 ounce Australian Kangaroo from the year 2019. Really, really nice investment coin. Problem is with investment coins that they are not really affordable anymore. Bit unfortunate, but oh well, what are you gonna do? At least not here in Europe. Maybe it is over there in America, but I just don't know about that. I think you can buy rounds very, very inexpensively over there. Unfortunately, we can't do that here. But yeah, there you go. Next is a gold coin, a old German gold coin from the year 1901. So a really, really old German gold coin. And I always find these very interesting because it's kind of like history, and yeah, so that's the thing. Obviously, I don't really collect any coins that are older than maybe 1918 or something like that, because after that, you get into some politically, you know what I mean. I don't want anything to do with that, so I don't collect those, but these very old ones, I really like those. I think they actually look pretty cool. So yeah, let's get into today's topic. So silver price is going to double. I can guarantee you that. And it's definitely going to happen at some point. Question is, why is it going to happen and when is it going to happen? First of all, let's talk about silver in general. Silver, as you probably all know, is a very, very important metal for pretty much anything that has to do with the digital stuff and also some other electronic devices and stuff like that. Very important for all of that. Why is that? Because silver is a great conductor for electricity. And so actually one of the best ones that we have as far as metals go, even way better than copper, also better than gold, of course, because gold is not that great. It's a little bit worse than copper, but still pretty good. So yeah, it's the best thing that we have at the moment for conducting electricity. Why do we not make wires out of it? Well, because obviously this will be dang expensive wires. So that obviously makes silver very, very important for all kinds of industrial applications. And last year, we actually only had an excess of about 1,000 to 1,500 tons of silver production from the whole about 33,000 tons of silver that were produced last year. So that's not a lot. That can definitely be used up really quickly if some new invention just for some reason needs a lot more silver than you expected it to. And not even a lot, just a little more. Because, well, 1,000 or 1,500 tons from the whole 33,000, that's not a lot, right? That's just a small overshoot, and that can happen. So that's obviously another thing that can really push the silver price if you all of a sudden then have way more demand for silver than, for example, you actually produced in that very year. So that can happen for physical silver. Of course, we've got the manipulation on the stock market and stuff like that, but we're going to talk about that at some other day, I guess. So yeah, so that can be a very important reason, obviously. Also, another important reason, which doesn't really have to do anything with the production of physical silver, is just the demand. If you just look at the demand and pretty much just leave the production as is, that could also go up a lot in the next couple of years. Why? Well, because solar panels use a lot of silver, like a crud ton of it. So they really, really, really need more silver in the next couple of years, presumably, if the demand continues to go up like it did over the last couple of years. So that might also be another thing that might push the silver price. However, they are working on replacing silver with copper in solar panels, which obviously they have to, because there is not enough silver out there for them to continue to use them in solar panels if they really want to use solar panels to the extent that they are planning to. Whether or not that might be very useful or not, I don't really know. I like solar panels, however, they do also have issues, like, they also produce poisonous waste and stuff like that. Pretty much every way of producing electricity, besides using water power, kind of does that. So, yeah, not great. You could get wind power to the point where it doesn't really do that, right? But then still, how is that really going to happen? That most people are going to try to cut costs wherever it really is possible. And, these wind power thingies aren't very lucrative anyway. So that's probably not going to happen either. Not a great situation, but it kind of is what it is. Electricity has to come from somewhere, and I'm not a great fan of nuclear power. I know some people are. It's just nothing for me, okay? It creeps me out. I don't want anything to do with that whatsoever. So that's not my thing. But anyways, going back to the topic. For the production of solar panels, you need a lot of silver. That is a reason why silver could go up substantially in the future. We'll have to see if it actually does. We'll have to see if it gets replaced in that industry, and whether or not it maybe gets some different use there or whatever. We'll have to see about that. So these were just some of the reasons why it might double in price in the future. Now I'm going to give you one why it absolutely 100% will at some point. And that's inflation. Yay! We all love inflation, don't we? Yeah, inflation is such a great thing. We all love our money to be worth way less than it was just a year ago. No? Only me? Okay, no, it's also not really me. But inflation is definitely a thing that will eventually make silver be worth twice as much. Oh, well, not really be worth twice as much, but definitely will have a price of twice the price that it is today, if that made any sense. You get what I mean, right? So inflation basically makes things that are static in value, like for example silver or gold, go up in value, not really in value, but in price, you get what I mean, over time. Right? You've got a car, for example, car is worth X amount. If you take the same car in the same condition and you look at it like 10 years from now, it's going to be worth X amount plus whatever, maybe 30, maybe 50%, right? It depends on the inflation that we're going to get over the next couple of years, but you get what I mean. So that is definitely going to happen. If we just wait long enough, silver will double in price just because of inflation. That does not mean that it's worth anymore, though. It just means that there's a bigger number in front of it. It's not necessarily what you would expect if you would say like, oh yeah, silver is going to be whatever, $50 in a couple of years. Yeah, it will. Definitely. Most certainly. But that doesn't mean that you are going to get the same amount of stuff for your $50. So that's kind of the thing. Definitely though, silver will double in price over the next years. Yeah, how many years that's going to be, that depends on the inflation, or maybe also on some of the other stuff that we talked about before. Who knows? But what does that mean? Well, that means that your money is probably, at least in my opinion, going to be way more safe in something like silver than just having it laying around in cash, I would say. Because your cash is definitely going to be, the same amount that is written on the blooming thing. So if you try to buy something with that in like 20 years from now, it's pretty likely that you're only going to get half of what it actually says on there from nowadays valuation. So I would say it's pretty useful to keep your money in things that actually keep their value over time, no matter what the inflation reading is. So I think that's a very cool thing. And so, yeah, let me know what you think. What do you think about inflation? What do you think about silver? Is that going to go anywhere, or is it just going to rise with inflation and pretty much keep its value? I'd be very interested in hearing that from you. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed today's video. If you've got any more questions, be sure to write them in the comments below. I will gladly answer them as always. And you can also rate the video with either a thumbs up or a thumbs down, whatever you might want to do. And if you want to, you can also subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss any other videos that I upload. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Have a fantastic week, and until next time.